Hello, hello, another banger. This is what we do. Today's topic will be about raising a puppy into a big dog. I have a lot of experiences that. Hoping this video could help you guys out as far as potty training a dog, raising him up, showing him what to do. I can't wait to get my fresh Frenchy puppy and let y'all see me started from a puppy's age and bring him on up. Back into the story. Okay, when you first buy your puppy or somebody give you a puppy and you bring him home, I'm gonna teach you guys how to tap into the dog's brain where you can really know what you're dealing with. It's like you bring the puppy home and the puppy really don't know you. They really ain't feeling the house, the spot. They really don't know what to expect. You got to get them used to you, used to the house. Some puppies just start crying. The reason why they start crying because they're missing their mother, and that's just basic stuff. So what you do with the puppy is you put him in a cage. These days you want to put him in a cage. A lot of times this helps. A lot of times it don't. Put him in a cage with a clock, and that ticking noise will ease the pain from the he or she crying for the mother. When the dog hear that click, 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 click like the clock's ticking, that'll ease the pain a little bit. So now you get the puppy in the cage. Want to make sure he or she got fresh water, fresh food. A lot of people don't realize some of the small things are big things. It's not, I'm not saying it's super bad to do this, but it works better if you don't put the water and the dog food together. Don't do that. Have the food right here and then have some people mix the water and dog food together and then have the water. That's really not good. It ain't really super bad, but it's just not good. You want to have fresh food, big pan of fresh water. Okay. Now we're gonna start off with the potty training thing. There's several ways you can train your dog to be potty trained. It's really don't take a rocket science to figure it out. What you could do is right after you start feeding your puppy, after the dog is finished eating, drinking, or whatever, you could just pick the puppy up, take him outside. Me, what I do is put him right in the same spot and talk to the puppy as you do it and say, "Hey, use the bathroom." He looking up. He don't have a clue what you're saying. He really don't. But feed him real good and let him out there and put him in that same spot. Just let him mess around for a minute. And sooner or later, believe it or not, that puppy is going to start using the bathroom in that spot. Right after he finished using the bathroom, don't reward him right away because you really don't know what's going on. Wait about a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes or a minute after he uses the bathroom, he or she, and you can congratulate, hey, good boy, good girl, and then give him a little something so he'll know he's doing the right thing. Keep doing that. About a week or 10 days, that dog gonna be using the bathroom out there. Tell him to use the bathroom, and he's gonna start looking around. And you want the dog to go straight to that same spot. You don't want to be all over the yard trying to pick up dog poop all day. Make that dog use the bathroom in one spot. That dog will do that for years and years. Every time you get older, you go right to the same spot. You can clean it up. It's real easy to do. Beautiful thing. Several ways you can do that. And then now say like when the dog get a little big enough, you want to make sure the dog got the parvo shots because the dog can catch parvo by the grass or the concrete. You want to make sure the parvo shots is no joke. It's serious. So you want to make sure the puppy got the parvo shots. That's how you do that. Yep, the parvo is serious. So when a dog get up in age, as far as taking your dog to the park, walk your dog on a leash. Don't you guys see some people when the dog be pulling them and about to yank their arm off? You let the dog take control of the walking. That's not it. We're not doing that. Not at all. When that dog start dragging you, yank on the chain and just pull the dog right back by your leg. Make sure the dog stays by your leg. Every time he gets out of control, keep pulling him back and talk to him. Tell him, no, come on back. Keep doing it. So Eventually, when you keep pulling that dog back, he knows that you're going to do that. So he's just going to start staying by your leg. Once that dog starts staying by your leg, then you give him another treat. Okay, boy, yeah, you're doing a good job. The dog knows he's doing something right. You done gave him a treat. And sooner or later, you'll be able to wing him from the treat too. You won't have to give him nothing. He's going to be doing everything you say, hoping he can get a treat, but it ain't going to be no more treat. And he's just going to do it anyway. Start walking him. You want your dog to interact with other dogs and people and stuff, be around people because you don't want the dog to go crazy on no human being and no people that you don't really need that. So yeah, you get that down pat. Now, as far as the attack training, if you guys are into that, a lot of people are. The attack training is a beautiful thing. What you want to do is agitate the dog. You could take a stick or a little newspaper, something you want to get the dog mad. And then you say a command. When you say a command, that dog, remember, it's locked in his head. If somebody did something, he's going to start growling and barking. So you have your friend or somebody that you're working with, put on the full body gear, and you like, start a corruption, start talking loud. You and him might start wrestling, and you make the dog attack him, and you say a word, and you make the dog attack. When that dog start biting him real good, you say another word, make the dog stop. So it's like you turning the dog off and on, and you do that, and that shows your dog how to attack. Attack training is so fierce. You want to turn the dog off and on, and it's a beautiful thing because that dog will protect you. The dog ain't gonna protect you unless he was kind of taught. He might bark or growl, but hound dogs, they can really bite and know how to bite. If you don't really teach them, it's just not saying that it can't happen, and it can, but it's best to just go in and train the dog because that dog can protect you, especially if he's a big dog. You got to be careful with big dogs. They're very strong, and you have to know how to control them because you can get in some big trouble. You have to put the dog to sleep, go to court. It's just a lot of things. Me, I'm a dog lover, dog trainer. I love it. I used to deal with pit bulls in the 80s. Pit bulls got a bad name. Yes, they do. I personally, I never had a problem with pit bulls. I just would own another one now. I'm way past it. I'm bigger than that. I don't do the pit bulls. I'm in the top end type of dogs. I'm caught up on the Frenchie thing because that's going to be my next dog. But you have to be extra, extra, extra careful when you with your dog. But take that dog to the park 2 or 3 times a day if you can, or once, and be consistent. And you start talking to that dog, and you believe that dog is really listening to you. He's into you, and the dog have to trust you. That dog have to trust you. That is so important for the dog to trust you. Once that dog trusts you and believes in you, there's so many things you can do with that dog. It's a beautiful thing. And then another instance, say like if you don't feel like washing your dog and you take him to go get his coat shampooed. When a dog walks inside the dog shop, never been there before, he's spooked. You looking around like, oh my God, what is this? You're taking me. I've never been here before. He's spooked. You don't know what to think. Just start rubbing the dog and talk to him. And then you get him acquainted with the girl that's doing the washing. Walking back there on the leash, let him know he's going to be all right. She going to wash him. So a lot of times it's good to stick with the same person because that dog is comfortable with them. You know that this lady's okay. She gonna wash my coat. She gonna take me back to the boss. I'm cool with that. But it throws the dog off a little bit when it's another person watching. Now he's back spooked again. Dang, who is this? I don't know what they're gonna do. They spook. They don't know. So you got to be kind of careful. That's not just a bad thing. It's just a process. But it's a beautiful thing when you take your dog inside the shop to get their coat cleaned, and the dog is so mild mannered. You walk on back there, and then after a while, you can take your dog off the leash and tell him go on with it. That dog gonna look at you and take off walking and go straight back there, get his coat cleaned, and come on back. And people looking like, wow, look at that. Like I say again, what you put in is what you put. What you put in That's what you're gonna get out. You train that dog, spend some time with him, that dog is gonna pick it up. And he's gonna do what you say. Treat that dog good, you ain't gonna have no problem with that dog. Dogs are beautiful. Dogs are like people to me, I think. If you learn dog talk, and then you can say, like for instance, you can have your dog in the car, right? And you don't believe it or not. You might not believe this. That dog be watching you just like a kid. If you roll down the window, I mean, if you sitting in the car and you roll down the window, that dog looking at you. So that dog might go to the car door and put his hands on the paw and see the window goes down and stick his hand out. He doing what he saw you do. And you'll be looking like, wow, look at that. He just done what he saw you do. That's what they do. And you be like, wow, he can raise that up and down, start playing him. And he knows how that do it. So now when he get in the car, he's messing with the window. He's gonna adjust it where he wanted to stick his hand out. Let everybody know he's in the building. He's out seen. But that's what dogs do. It's a beautiful thing. As far as the breeding, depends on what you're into breeding. Me personally, I like full-blooded dogs. I don't want to mix nothing with nothing. I'll be right there. Then another thing too, when your dog have them puppies, you cannot touch that puppy unless you're very close to that dog. This is awful. This is facts. This is a true story. If that dog come in and somebody touch that puppy that it's supposed to, the puppy is no more good to the mother. It's so sad. The mother dog is going to come in and eat that puppy. She's going to starve from the head up. It's the sickest thing I ever saw. It's nature. That's the way it is. You got to be extra careful. When I experienced it, it took the life out of me. Just to see the mother grab the puppy and crush their head and swallow and eat it. The puppy's no more good. So you got to be careful. Me personally, when I'm with a dog, I'm a dog person. I can go in there and touch them and all that. And they're cool with that because I'm part of them. They know, okay, this dude is good. He's part of us. And, he's the alpha male, and they're going to let me do what I do because I'm being there helping them deliver and all that, messing with the placenta bag. I'm doing all that. I'm digging in. I go real deep. I go into depth with it. That's just something that I do. A lot of people, I notice too, nowadays, a lot of people are getting the King Corso. The King Corso is a very good dog, very good protector. The King Corso is very powerful. A dog like that, you have to make sure you got him in control because that dog will kill somebody. You got to be extra careful with it. They cost a lot of money, and that dog is no joke. And then you got the Presser Canario. They like cousins. To me personally, I think that Presser Canario is maybe a little bit more aggressive than the Cane Corso. I could be wrong, but far as I've seen, I think that Presser may be a little bit more aggressive than the King Corso, but they're so similar. They're like first cousins. But you get either one of them, you can't lose. But when you get a dog like that, you want to spend some time with the dog. You can't be messing around with no dog like that. You can't be playing because that dog will hurt somebody. It costs a lot of money. You get a nice King Corso for about $3,500 for, but you got a great dog. You could breed them or whatever you want to do, and you got a great dog. No doubt, they ain't cheap, but you got to spend a lot of time with that dog. It's a big dog, and they need to be played with. They're serious. They're serious as they come. So yeah, excuse me one second. You guys like what I'm kicking? Please hit that notification button on the bell. You know what to do. I'm steady coming with bangers. Brand new to the channel, you know what I mean? Doing what I do. This is just the dice that you get on the strip in Las Vegas. I just thought I might put, So yeah, that's pretty good. So please subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what to do. I might post another video later on tonight. I don't know how I feel. But yeah, I'm really, really feeling this. Bye. Bye-bye. Holla.